trees without a ground. Never growing trees without a ground. No more wishing wells that never come around. No more growing trees without a ground. No more wishing wells that never come around. No more growing trees without a ground. One to take, wishing wells that never come around. One to fly, growing trees without a ground. One to make use of all the treasure inside.
Hi, Timothy Bouldry here. Some of you are already familiar with my work to bring awareness about the issues of the environment, extreme poverty, hygiene, and recycling, and how to find balance between all these things. Let's take a look at some of my previous work. I have documented the progress at La Chureca, a landfill in Managua, Nicaragua, where approximately 1,800 people have been living and surviving from the garbage that comes in from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day. Just from 2009 to the present, you can see how a toxic and unhealthy place can transform into a cleaned up, organized, and environmentally conscious system. Here, people were offered the opportunity to move from their handmade huts to their new homes that have electricity, security, and running water. I have researched other landfills and noticed the same situation. Wherever there is people, there is waste. From large cities to medium and small-sized towns, it is common for communities of people to live and survive from landfills. Waste pickers living directly from landfills happen wherever there is extreme poverty and no laws to help protect the environment and the people. Or if they do have laws, then they have not been enforced. There are approximately 60 million people that live from landfills all over the world. Methane gas. Let's talk about it. Let me explain how all this happens. So you have dumpsters and dump trucks coming in and piling all this trash on top of each other. And most of the recyclable stuff gets taken out by waste pickers, the people I photograph. The rest of this gets piled up and it's out of control. So what we have to do is burn it all up and bring it down, so we can add more trash and more trash. And over the years, all this stuff just gets piled up, and it gets really hot, and it starts to create methane gas. Now, normally, natural decomposition, say like an apple, anything organic like that, requires oxygen, O2. So that's a natural cycle of decomposition. But when you take something that's not natural and non-organic, like plastic and papers and things that get all stuck together and create their own thing, when they burn together and layer each other up, they require one oxygen from O2. So if you take one oxygen and it goes towards the trash, in the burning process, it leaves another O1 floating, and it doesn't know where to go. So what happens is it joins the other O2. Therefore, it creates O3. O3 is ozone. So from this process of decomposition, we're adding more ozone to the atmosphere. And because we're adding more ozone, the sun comes in, and then the heat and the light gets trapped on the surface of the earth and can't come back out again, which is what's creating our global warming and extreme shifts in temperature. Icebergs are melting, people are freaking out. It seems really scary. But it doesn't have to be scary, because what I'm also photographing is the process of changing this methane gas into energy. So if you imagine covering this up, so you take some plastic, you cover it all up, and you add a layer of dirt, and you add more plastic and another layer of dirt, and just ignore this part here. We'll cover it all up. It's trash now. We can contain all of that methane gas in one place. And then we add these pipes that come out and they release the gas methane. From there, we take that gas methane and we convert it into energy using different ways. A lot of people have a different kind of system. They're even now trying to put it as a chemical so that you can transfer it to different places. From there, if we can turn it into energy, we're able to use that energy as electricity to light homes, fuel cars, and basically create this harmony where instead of hurting the environment, we finally complete that cycle. This is the natural cycle. This is the man-made cycle, and we can make that possible.
Cambalache landfill is located in Guyana City, southern Venezuela. The black and white images you will now see are from Henry Moncrieff, a social anthropologist who will be traveling with me there. Approximately 120 families live from the landfill. These people are called Huero and are part of a larger indigenous population that came from the Amazon jungle. At a certain point, landfills reach a cap and need to be covered up and relocated. This particular landfill reached its cap in 2001 and has been overflowing for the last 11 years. There is enough methane gas being released from this landfill to provide electricity to thousands of people. There is a plan already to cover up this landfill in the next 5 years and relocate it to an area called El Pinar and start fresh. This will leave the Huero community without any means of living, for they depend on recycling and finding resources from the garbage. In addition to these situations, there are many nearby metal factories along the delta, and some, particularly aluminum factories, are leaking large amounts of red mud into the delta. Red mud is extremely dangerous and harmful to anything living. It is recorded that the delta is slowly drying up due to these factories. My intention with this next trip is to photograph an accurate account of the land and the people. See if I can find a company interested in working with the landfill to turn its resources into energy.
I realize I am one person, but I also realize it only takes one person to make a difference. Collectively, we can make a difference faster.